Hi, I'm Charles, and I'm gonna take you through the first part of Metroid Dread. And so, right now we're going into Metroid Dread. This is the beginning cutscene. Me, if I do say so myself, I think that this is pretty cool. The beginning is pretty cool, but So I already have an account on file 1, so I'm going to go to file 2 and make a new game. It's going to take us on like a little bit of backstory. So right now it's talking about like a living infection sort of, and it's saying like the infection was found on the planet SR 388, I guess, and it it's right now it's telling us that you went there not knowing that it was there, and you got infected. So you got pulled back from the planet, and you there were no there were no Metroids surviving on SR 388. It's because it became like a giant planet of just covered in the infection. The infection is called the X, and it just like the planet is like covered in it, so it's dangerous there now. And they figured out a way to cure you since you got infected. So you went to this space station. So right now it's saying like the only thing that saved you was the vaccine that you made, and that there were many forms of the X, one which is copying you in the power suit, and you had to blow up that. You have to put the VSL research station on a collision course with the planet it was orbiting, and after that, it just said that it's saying like the X and Metroids are just memories, and now it's like, or so we thought. So it's like we just received a mysterious video transmission with a living X on it, living X out in the wild, and the X is dangerous, so they made sure that the video was real, and they made sure the video was real. So there's the ship there that you're on. So the planet was called ZDR, and if the X it's saying like if the X had somehow escaped its extinction, then it would pose a threat to the entire galaxy. So that's not good at all. They dispatched a research team of EMMIs. You are gonna love the EMMI. The EMMI is a giant. It's like a giant crazy robot that you like. It's like a giant crazy robot, and
It's practically invincible.
it's practically invincible. So we're gonna. It's saying like not long after they went onto the planet, they lost like all control over it. They lost all communication with it. Nothing. They couldn't do anything with them.
So they're sending.
So since you're the only one that can oppose the X now, since you got the cure, they were like, well, since you're the only one with the cure, you have to go down there since you're the only one immune. They're like, you have to go down there so that you can fight the X and make sure that everything's okay. Figure out what happened to our EMMIs and just stuff like that. And right now we're waiting for it to load into the game. Sometimes it takes a while. And finish loading. Here's the beginning cutscene. It explains it, but I'll sort of read it to you too, like tell you what it's saying. If you can't see it, you can read it right there.
For this mission does not seem appropriate.
Don't listen to that. It actually is very appropriate. Don't listen. That's a lie. That's a lie. She gets paid very well.
Entering the atmosphere in T-minus 10. 7, 6.
Yeah, I love this part because it's so cool. You've got to see it. Did you see how fast she went into the atmosphere of that planet? It's just, I'm just so surprised how well they made this game. And here's like a backstory after you landed. Well, this is after something happened after you landed. I'm not going to spoil it right now, even though it's about to tell you what happened. It looks like goes over.
That elevator leads to the depths of an underground facility. Signal quality is likely to be low, and both communication remains broken. Try to connect to the facility's network until you reach the bottom. That way, the defeated
Now you're losing communication with your personal assistant, sort of. So you just went down an elevator into this like super deep. You went like super deep into this planet down that elevator. Wonder who that is. I wonder if this cutscene is going to show you beat that already. Because that looks hard to beat. And there's how the bridge collapsed. Looks like it's immune to your cannon. That's just a problem. At least you damaged it. I think that made him mad. I think he's mad now. I don't know why, I think he's mad. So apparently he used some of his power to do something to you, and it looks like drained some of your power. Since now you're in a different suit. Also, that's not what we're going to be seeing while we play. We're
2D game.
this is a 2D game like this. This is how the game is, 2D, and
I love the background.
I love the background animation, and do you see those? Look at those animals in the background. It's so cool. I'm just amazed how they made this game.
What is that? What'd you do?
That.
You gotta look for these things.
So you gotta look for these things in the walls sometimes. You gotta look for these things in the wall sometimes. And just so you know, this is a power beam.
How are you aiming it?
I'm aiming with free aim.
How do you do
Free aim is with L, and those are power beam blocks, so you can break them with your power beam. This is a recharge station for missiles. Can't access that. That's a missile block, so I can shoot missiles at it to break. And this is how to reveal hidden objects. And
it? So when you get stuck, start blasting everything.
yeah, so if you're gonna play this game, remember, if you get stuck, start blasting like everything around you. Just except for when you're in here. If you're stuck in here and there's not another door on the side like that, that just means that you have to go back through the door that you came in. So
You've accessed the network station. Well done, Samus. I have reviewed your vital signs and
So,
video log from the data
you saw at the beginning how you were losing connection with your personal assistant. Now I've accessed the network in here, so now every time I reach a station like this, as long as it's black, then I have to talk to it. So, and this personal assistant has been sort of watching us since it says vital signs and video logs.
I've run a full
And
analysis, but I cannot account for mine who lost consciousness. My readings indicate dramatic physical changes in you.
so he's saying what happened to you, he can't figure out.
You might call it physical amnesia. That brings me to your assailant. I am checking the Federation database against your video log. It appears to have been a chosen. The attacker's identity is not yet clear. I have determined that you are somewhere within the depths of
Yeah, so remember the Kozos from all the games. They're like the ancient civilization. So now I have to try and get back to my ship so that I can. Now I have to try and get back to my ship so that I can get away from this stupid planet. So it's saying there's elevators, shuttles, stuff like that. It's saying
You may encounter pockets of low temperature. Your Metroid DNA renders you vulnerable to such environments. Spending time in cold areas will be harmful to you. There are many such cold areas scattered underground. Do not enter them with your basic power suit.
so right now it's saying there's some rooms that are cold and I can't go in there because so it looks like I'm gonna have to find some other places if I encounter a cold area. So it looks like I'm gonna need some upgrades to my suit. I'm definitely gonna save here. And here I'm gonna another one. And here's the map. And as you can see, this was the ammo recharge station, which is for missiles. And this is my global map. You can see at the top right next to the thing where it says items is my ship. It's like a sort of symbol. And And now this is a power beam door, since you only have the power beam right now.
What's the other door on the map? On the map. Okay.
This door, you don't know what it is yet,
So we're gonna figure that out.
so we're gonna figure that out later. I'm gonna just get rid of this guy.
Using the L to aim is handy.
So using the L to aim is very handy when you're you're doing something like up there, because sometimes if you're trying to aim in like a corner, that you just keep moving, so it's hard. So that free aim is super helpful. Look out for this guy. So that shine that was on his claws, if you see that on anything, then you can hit X and it will hit like this. It hits like this, and you can do a counterattack to do more damage to your enemy. So yeah, it's important to work on your timing with these. I played this game a lot already, so my timing is good. Also, if you're gonna play this game for yourself, don't expect your timing to be super good when you first start to play. Unless you've played like a timing game, like for Christmas, my brother got something that's all about timing. Like these lights light up on buttons, and you have to click it. You have to click it as fast as you can. It's like a reaction test thing. So, right. And right now, so look, it just put me in my map since, look, there's some, if an area is flashing like that, it says, here I'll read this to you, it says, if an area on the map is blinking, it indicates that a hidden item is there. And I can tell from that it is one of the things to shoot, and you blow up. And now, I got more missile tank. That's plus missile capacity. So, yeah. This part's fun. If you can't remember what the EMMI thing looks like, here's sort of what it looks like. Since this one's broken, as you probably can tell. So right now it's about to just try and murder you, it looks like. So if you counterattack, if you practice your timing a lot and you have good timing like me, then you can time it just right to basically knock them unconscious for a second, so then you can get away from them. This is called a central unit, and it gives you a special cannon to defeat the EMMIs, and it's called the Omega Cannon. Right here it says, the energy from the central unit transformed the arm cannon into an Omega Cannon. And that's the only way to beat it, because like I said while we were entering the game, there's like no way to beat the EMMIs, so you need this Omega Blaster. You need to, I forgot how to do this. Right, hold R to charge like this. Then you can shoot that and basically just destroy anything. Now you have to watch out so that you can shoot the EMMI with it. Also, that eye right there, that like dot in the center of their face is like their only weak spot. So so that's the only way to beat it. And
This video Omega Cannon.
Yeah, then your omega cannon goes to waste. And that will be the end of this video today. Not this video, but that's gonna be the end for this for our first episode. I hope to see you all in our next episode. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.